welcome back to my channel. So today I want to share with you guys what I film with and how I make my YouTube videos, and what did I came from to now what I use to record my videos with, my setup and everything. I did do a video like this before in the past, so I kind of want to update this video and share with you guys what I use to record my videos with now currently versus what I used to use back then when I first started my YouTube channel, even though a lot of the stuff hasn't changed too much. But I thought it would be interesting to show you guys what I use right now and what are the difference between now and then. So before we jump into this video, you guys already know you need to click and subscribe, join your girl's channel. You already here, you clicked on this video, please subscribe and join the family here on Annette and help me gain 5,000 subscribers before the summer, because your girl's trying to grow. And don't forget to like and comment and share this video or my channel, you know, to reach out to some more people. And I hope you guys just subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I want to go ahead and share this with you guys because there's a lot of people who have just started a YouTube channel or want to start a YouTube channel, or is like me, a small YouTuber, and you kind of don't know where to start as far as like purchasing things for your new channel. So I want to show you guys what I used in the past, and what I use now. Zara won't let me be great, guys. So the first thing you want to think about purchasing for your YouTube channel is obviously a camera, because no matter what you do, whether it's beauty, reaction videos, vlogs, what's those things called, those story times, any cooking, any type of videos, you always want to decide on what type of camera to buy. So when I first started YouTube, my very first video, I think I used my iPhone, but it was the iPhone 4 or something like that, because it was like so many years ago, and the quality was terrible. Terrible. The quality was, for back then, it was like, oh, it was decent because it was like the newest phone that was out or something, the newest iPhone. But now it looks really, really bad. So once I decided, okay, so I was like, the iPhone sucks, I totally need a camera, but I already had a camera, so I decided to use the camera that I had. I thought the iPhone would be a better like solution than the camera that I had. So the camera that I had back then was the Sony Cybershot, and this is the, I don't know what this is called. Super steady shot, this tiny little camera right here. You can't really do much on this camera. Actually, it doesn't even work right now because the battery needs to be charged, and I don't know if it's the battery or the charger that doesn't work, but it does run on a rechargeable battery. And I thought it was pretty cool when I first started using it, and the quality was not terrible, but it wasn't what I have now, and I feel like I came a long way. So I had this for about 6 months to almost a year doing YouTube, and when I had my camera, I didn't have a tripod. I just stacked it on top of like books or something, because I was recording mostly in the bathroom or in my closet and places like that, so I just kind of stacked it on top of things. But then my next purchase was a tripod, and the tripod I got was a Tragus. I ain't gonna even try to pronounce that. But this wasn't the most expensive tripod on Amazon. I did get it off Amazon. It was a really, really cheap one, and because it was so cheap, I did break it. I did break my tripod. I broke it twice, and I was able to glue it back together, and then Greg broke off the part that I glued back together because he was using my tripod for a while. So I was able to reattach this little ball thing that is like a tripod with some Gorilla Glue, because your girl gets crafty, because I'm too lazy to buy a new tripod. So I was able to fix it, and it still works brand new, but it is pretty good. I like how long it is. It gets pretty tall, and all three of these guys do open. And by the way, I will leave a link down below for all of these things that I got from Amazon, if I can still find them or something close to it. I do like this tripod because it comes with a nice little handy dandy case that I can put the tripod back in. So that's probably one of the reasons why it's lasted so long. Okay, so I decided, look, this camera is not working. I need a new camera. So I have to applaud Greg because he has invested so much in my YouTube. Actually, this camera was Greg's when we first started dating and I took over it. So it became my camera because he wasn't using it. So the next camera that I bought, or Greg bought for me, was the Nikon Coolplex L830 camera. This is the camera I've been using this past December. I literally just got a new camera, and this is the camera that has been pulling me through YouTube for all these years. The only thing I hated about this camera was that it didn't come with a flip screen. I could not hook it up to a monitor, so I could not see myself recording. That's why I always had to have like a glass behind the camera. It takes really amazing photos and videos, but it's just not as good as the camera that I'm recording on right now. This camera has been to hell and back because literally this thing does not stay closed when there's batteries in there, and it runs on 4 AA batteries, by the way. It does not stay closed, so I had to use rubber bands to hold it closed. Like, it was super embarrassing because I dropped it like maybe 20 times. It stayed working. I was super surprised, but I do love this camera and I do still use this camera, and I'm going to be using it for vlogs. So when I bought this camera, I was just going through batteries like hell. So I had to buy rechargeable batteries for this camera. So the new problem was that I needed to be able to see myself to make sure I was always in focus, because there were times when I was recording and I was not in focus. So I had bought one of those cheap $5 long mirrors to record, and I'm telling you guys this because I didn't have like a vanity and all this stuff like I do now. I literally had Zoe's high chair, the tripod, the camera, and in front of the window to record my video. So, and then I had the mirror now behind the camera in front of the window, so I could at least like see myself to see if I was in focus, and the window was bringing natural light because I didn't even have this nice ring light setup that I have now. So that was what I was working with, and sometimes I'll go in the bathroom. I will try different things to try to get nice lighting, like the expensive lighting that all the YouTubers had, but I just couldn't afford it. I just stayed in front of the window. So once I kind of figured like, okay, I need a new vanity setup, I kind of YouTubed it how to get a YouTube vanity setup on the low without having to buy those expensive ones. So I decided to do my own, and I went to Lowe's and Home Depot, and I got my own little lights and setup, and I had to rewire some things, and it's, for the most part, it works really nicely. You have to get white light bulbs, and I really like it. I will link the tutorial that I found to do this setup on, and I will show you guys what it looks like. I've been using this for years and I still love this. So I wanted to put the mirror inside of a frame so that way it's easy to take down and set up. So that's what that's what I'm kind of working with at that time. And then once I kind of got the vanity up, I still didn't use it that much because the lights were super yellow and I wanted that white crisp light and that natural light. So I was still recording in front of the window. Then we moved and I decided to kind of update, and I fixed the vanity, and I will show you guys like how it looks and the light bulbs that I'm using. I did do the video where I talked about my lighting, and those light bulbs that I talked about in that video is the same light bulbs I have currently. They last for a really long time. They've been lasting for about 3.5 years now, so I have no issues with that, but the light bulbs are kind of expensive. So another thing that I do keep around, because I have this set up and I like to record in other places in my house, is I have a lot of extension cords. And especially for these lights, you want to make sure you have some extension cords, and I have one of those extension cords that have the multiple plugs in there. I cannot think of what it's called. It's safer to use with this kind of setup because you don't want to have any kind of fire or anything. I do have 2 box lights that I don't use right now, only because I don't have the space to set the lights up, because the lights need to be up and I need to be kind of far from the lights without it being too intense. So once we move into our house, I will hopefully be able to set those up, and I will leave a link for those below. But I do use those for photography or other things, or if I'm recording in like my living room or something, I would use that if I need extra lights. Other than that, I would open the blinds and use the ring light. And speaking of ring light, the ring light that I have is by Newer. I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's one of their basic ring lights, a thing to put over to filter the light, and it only has one setting. Some of their other ones have where you can have it low or high, and this one's a pretty small ring light, which I'm fine with because my room space is pretty small to film in, so I don't want too much light. But I will be getting a new one soon, and I did get the stand and the little thing to hold the camera on, because before I got this little gadget, my stupid self bought the ring light without a stand or this little thing to hold the camera. So I was just using the tripod in front of the ring light and having the camera on the tripod and just having the ring light on, which caused more issues when filming, because then the camera is away from the ring light and it's just too close to your face. So that was something I was having an issue with. So I did purchase the little tripod stand that goes with this ring light. Once again, I'll leave a link down for it below, and it works perfectly. I absolutely love this now that I finally got that. I think I bought it like a year ago. I don't have to worry about the tripod. The tripod is only when I travel or record somewhere else that I don't have my ring light stand. That is what I record with. And so for the new camera, once I got rid of this one, Greg once again bought me a new camera for Christmas. So the camera that I'm filming on is my SONY ALPHA A6000 or something like that. It's really it's an awesome camera. The only downside, you cannot link it to your computer while you're filming, so you cannot monitor yourself on your computer, but you can link it to a monitor, a separate monitor, and watch yourself on that monitor, which is what I'm going to be doing soon. I have a monitor, I just don't have the space to link it up anywhere. So once again, I do have a mirror vanity behind me, so every now and then when I feel like I may be out of focus, I just kind of look. If you guys see me looking behind me, that's what I'm actually looking at. So that's the only thing I do not like about the camera, but other than that, it's an amazing camera and it takes awesome photos. As you guys can see, my new photos on my Instagram looks bomb, and also Zoe and Zara's page, their new photos look amazing. So their Instagram has changed dramatically because of the photo quality. So moving on to how I edit my videos, I use the Final Cut Pro. I do not have the most updated one because it was given to me before I started using Final Cut Pro. I was using iMovie, I think, because it's free on the computer. I use the MacBook Pro. It is a small laptop. I love it because I can travel with it, and it's small and it can fit in almost any laptop case, and I have a ton of storage space on there, and I just love Mac, period. I want to get a desktop, so that's my next goal. Is since I got a new camera, I have all the lights and everything, and the thing that I edit on, my next goal is to get a desktop to edit and just have in the house. So using Final Cut Pro, it does take up a lot of memory space, and the computer has a lot, but it doesn't have a ton. Some of the things I got into were external hard drives. These are very important when you do beauty videos, talk videos, or basically any type of YouTube video, because they hold a lot of space and your computer does not have that much space. So two of the external hard drives I have is the Transcend, which is one of the best ones to get. I can't remember how much this guy was. I will leave the price down below for you guys to see, but this one is amazing, and it's pretty much baby proof, kind of, sorta. So it's been dropped, but it hasn't messed up. But the first hard drive that I did get was the Lacy external hard drive. I love this one. This one's also children proof. It's been dropped multiple times. Both of them have 1 terabyte, I think that's how you say it, of storage space on here. So much space. I love both of these guys, so I use both of them when recording to store video and other things on there. So that's where I use to edit my videos, and all of my video stuff is on these, so if something happens to them, I don't have nothing, y'all. Nothing. Also, when recording my videos, I do use a little mic, and this mic is the Go by Samsung. It's a USB port mic, and it hooks up to my computer, my laptop. That is Zara playing with the little thing for the door. I don't know. So this mic Greg actually bought for himself, and I took over it. like everything else in the house. And I really like because it's really small and dainty, but it works really, really well. So you just plug it in with the cord. It's really small and you just plug it into the computer and it links up with the computer really easily, and you can record voiceovers. And it also comes with a cute little case to put it in, but I just keep it in the box for extra protection. So that is the mic that I use when I'm recording a voiceover. Sometimes I just use my laptop if I'm super lazy and I don't feel like going to go get this, but most of the time I use this guy here to record my voiceover. And lastly, I wanted to share this with you guys really quickly. If you decide to do this DIY vanity setup, which is very inexpensive, by the way, I'm gonna let you guys know it only cost me under $50 to do this, maybe under $60 because of this new setup. I purchased this. I went when I was shopping at Aldi, the grocery store, for Christmas. They had this little setup of plugins that you can use for Christmas lights, and I decided to use it for my thing because I have 2 extension cords going for my vanity lights. You just plug this guy into the wall here and you plug in whatever source you want to plug it in, and it comes with a remote control. So this way I can turn on and off my lights, and I have one in Zoe's room for her night light, and I have a third one for whatever else I could use it for. This is the third one. I just don't know what to plug into there yet, but I think it's really cool because if I'm coming into my room and it's dark in here and I have this sitting on the dresser, I can just turn on these lights and I can see my room. Sometimes we have the ceiling fan on and not the light, so it's kind of hard to see, but I like that I can turn this guy on and off. And so that's what I love to use for the vanity lights anytime I'm doing my makeup. And lastly, for memory cards, you're definitely going to need a ton of memory cards for your cameras. I learned that the hard way. I would always just have one, thinking like, oh, I only need one memory card because I only record a certain amount of videos every whatever. So I have 4 memory cards now thanks to Christmas. I wound up getting 2 extra ones. So the one I'm recording on now is a 16 gigabyte memory card. I have another 16 gigabyte memory card, and I have one 64 and another one that's 32. The 64 is gonna be mainly for vlogs because vlogs are long and I don't have time to take out this memory card, upload this stuff to one of my hard drives, and then put it back up and continue vlogging. So having one that has the most space on there is perfect because I don't have to stop vlogging to clear out some space on a memory card. So that's why it's good to have enough memory cards, and even sometimes I feel like 4 isn't enough, but for right now 4 is going to be perfect for everything that I do. That is everything I use to make my videos with. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys found some information in here that you need. And if you have any more questions, please leave it down below in the comment section, and I can't wait to share with you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Say bye bye. Say bye bye.